it feels so cold inside my heart tonight. Be my man is what she said. It's not just the wind that's moving around tonight, but quick and clean don't make it right.
Ant and I are out in the start of the morning, and we were looking for a place called the Black Cat, or the Black Cat Diggings. Ant's grimacing because he thinks that people will be able to look it up. But you won't be able to look it up because I only know of it because an old bloke that I used to go out with a lot, his father worked here in the Depression, and his family, when they came from America in the gold rush, they started here. So we're looking for the diggings. My dad used to just call it Black Cat. But it used to be the Black Cat Diggings, then it got the Black Cat, and then some people just call it the Cat. But this is where we want to be, except we're not on it. Right here are potholes where they've looked, and you can see the dirt they've thrown out.
Yeah.
And it's a likely looking area, like plenty of quartz on the ground. There's another shaft here. There's plenty of shafts. But where we are at the moment, there's no evidence that they found anything. If they'd found gold in these at 3 or 4 foot deep, they would have opened it up and surfaced it.
And this is like a rectangle shaft.
Yeah, that's a European shaft. Yeah, yeah. So, but they've only sunk that. It probably only goes 3 or 4 foot deep. You can tell by the dirt that's around it. There's almost no collar on it.
Yeah.
So that's an easy dig for them. For us, it's a week's work. The shafts run that way. We're close to the Black Cat. And the reason it's called the Black Cat, it makes me smile every time I think about it.
Bad luck.
No, well, that's what you'd think. But when the Americans came here, when the ancestors of my mate came here, they came in here, they set up, they were, they were good prospectors, they weren't new chums, and they saw a big black cat. And they wanted to take off. One bloke wanted to take off because in America, where there were pumas and things like that.
Oh, okay.
No, like big, what they thought was a big puma or something like that.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to stay here, and the other bloke convinced his mate to stay. Anyhow, the next day, they saw the black cat again, but it wasn't a cat, it was a wallaby. So that's how it got its name.
Oh, Americans,
yeah. Well, you know,
puma, wallaby.
You see the wallaby disappearing through the bush, you see its big long tail, and oh shit, look at that big black cat. So this became the Black Cat Diggings. Don't waste your time looking it up, because my old mate told me, and I've tried looking it up a dozen times, you can't find it. And I don't think it's worth finding, because the original blokes didn't have much luck here. My mate's ancestors in the Depression, when he was a kid, he's dead now, but when he was a kid, his father worked out here in 1929. They didn't have much luck. So Ant and I are here. We haven't had much luck yet. Yeah, what are we doing here? I'll tell you what we're doing here. We're looking for where they lived and looking for any little bits that they might have found. So, Ant, we haven't even found the diggings yet.
Let's keep looking.
Oh, black cat.
A puma.
Right, mate.
Let's go.
Let's make a start.
All right, we're only about 3 hours after our last video. We finally found it. I'm joking. It's only 5 minutes later. Glenn knows his stuff. So we made it to the gully. We're in the gully. We found a lot of these shafts. They're about 4 or 5 meters. Then what do you reckon?
Yeah, every bit I reckon that one.
Yeah, you don't want to be falling in there.
And nice big collars on them.
This is our plan for today on the collars. So all of the material that's come out of these shafts is right here, right where you're looking at now. So we're gonna go over all this with our detectors and hopefully pick up a little bit that they've missed. So,
and it'd be nice if we could find, like, you imagine you've got men here living here, and there's hundreds of these shafts, which meant they were here for a substantial time.
Got to be a few huts around.
Yeah, there'd have to be. You can. In those days, you didn't.
I'm hoping for a pipe, Glenn. I want to find a pipe.
Well, I'm hoping for a bottle or something like that. So you didn't commute. You stayed here.
That's it.
So if Ant doesn't get taken by a panther, this is.
Well, maybe a panther won't get me. The bloody mozzies will.
Yes, I know. I know some in this
Irrigard
shaft
on.
as well, mate. Yeah. Irrigard on.
That's it.
Tights
Detectors
off.
out. Tights, yeah, no tights on. The legs are out.
Yeah, oh geez, that bloody, half the women that watch leant forward then when you do that, man.
A lot of love for Abigail on the last video, Glenn.
Yes,
There's a lot of
yeah.
comments about that. Everyone is excited.
You blokes
Brought back a
your-
lot of memories.
showing your age, yeah. We all shared the same childhood in those days. Right,
All right,
folks.
mate, let's get into it.
2 thumbs up, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
3 minutes in, I'm digging a big steel signal over there. I don't know what it is, but I thought, oh, there mightn't be very many signals here, so I'll dig it out to see what it is. And what are you doing, mate?
Well, I've got a little signal of my own, and mine sounds a little bit better, Glenn.
Yours actually sounds as though it might be something, mate, yeah. What's the story on this log that's obviously been shifted?
Yeah, I just shifted this log, and this is the first collar that I'm kind of detecting. Bit of leaf litter, moved the log, moved a bit of leaf litter, and I had a faint signal. I was hopeful that it would turn into something a bit better, and once I moved a bit of the leaf litter, it has turned into a bit better of a signal, so we'll see what we got.
It's not a bad spot to be at the moment. Days are warming up a bit, but out the bush at the moment, it's bloody really nice.
Yeah, we've got some shade.
Yeah, we're in the shade. I've got the big hat in.
Got to make an appearance later, no doubt.
Well, yeah, I was too right because I've got the same haircut as the Pope. So I've got to keep the top of the head covered. Still there, you reckon?
Up here. Unless
When-
it's just this red dirt, Glenn.
Yeah, well, it easily could be. Sometimes when you first turn your detector on, the ground runs takes a minute or two to kick in. Sounded pretty definite when I was listening to you when I was over in the bush. I'm very worried that he didn't sort of start to pop out a little bit
Yeah,
now.
same, especially if it was in this pile.
Yeah, I'm looking at that pile, it is very red. Whatever you do, just there, can you see past Ant's feet on the screen?
Yeah, it's had a
How deep's that one, mate?
12 foot at least.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so when you are concentrating on your signals, or even when you're just walking through the bush, bloody keep an eye out where you stand.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Hang on. It's either red
deep-
dirt or
Yeah, or a
deeper
deep
signal.
little one.
But I'm going to keep digging until
Yeah,
we know for sure.
it's, if you can get it to move, it's in the right sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's
Bloody
it.
a number of times you dig little bits of bright gold out of that red and yellow clay.
Just to come up a little bit.
Right, there's not in
Alright.
that dirt when you strike. I've got a great big relic over there. The longer I'm away from the hole, the more I'm convinced it's some sort of leg iron or bloody pistol or something like that. I'll show you when I find it. I won't leave you wondering for the rest of your life.
I think this is just going to be good.
Right, mate, we're going to put that one down to ground noise,
Yep.
but we're going to keep that film because it shows you what can happen. Well, our Ant's got one here. This one is a signal.
Definitely signal.
Took the leaf litter off, took a bit of silt off, got excited, and by the time I got here, it lost a bit of his excitement because he said it's breaking down a little bit. But the pleasing thing about it is it's a small signal in around, and there's, I don't know how many shafts and collars and that there are here, but there's hundreds if not thousands, and it's hard to imagine that if you dig a bloody 3 or 4 metre shaft or even a 6 foot hole, get out of it and dig another one, then get out of it and dig another one, and do that for a week.
That's
If you're not getting some sort of gold, I think you'd move off to Castle Lane or bloody Ballarat or Bendigo or go somewhere else. You wouldn't just say, well, I'm determined to prove there's no gold here. So we keep that in mind when we are detecting. Just because we're not finding anything doesn't mean that they didn't find anything and there's not still. You only need one bit for the day to perk up your spirits. So,
That's it.
and even if you don't find anything, you've had a day out in the bush and You've had a bit of fun?
It's glorious weather today.
Yeah, this
Nice to be out in the bush.
the bush, the bloody trees in here, they're as thick as the hairs on a cat's back. You bloody, you couldn't fire a gun through here and hit anyone.
No.
It hasn't been thinned in recent years. They've swung away from thin them. They used to thin them and take all the small trees out. So all the trees have sort of starved each other out for competition. It's a great spot to be, but you could easily get turned around in this bush. Right, mate, it's in your hand. On that stone, was he?
Yep. Well, could be there. Could be the stone. Could be a hot rock.
He easily could be, but he's a big signal, isn't he? Yeah, it's hot rock. Just turn your coil over again, mate, for a sec, will you? The more astute of you will have seen that Ant's due for a new skid plate.
Yeah, I did notice that last
Yeah,
week.
it's either that or
Yeah, you can see.
pop it off and rotate it 90 degrees, and so that your leading edge isn't wearing out. Righto, mate. My relic that I was going to show you before, I was too embarrassed to bring
Yeah, what
back
was
in.
it, Glenn?
Well, it was a bit of galvanised tin. When I wasn't digging the hole, it had turned into some sort of Ned Kelly's armour. Then when I dug it up, about 4 inches under the ground was a piece of square galvanised tin.
Oh, bugger.
Yeah. Had trouble convincing myself it was a relic. Righto, mate. I want an upward. Thumbs down. Righto,
Thumbs
mate.
down.
What have you called me 100 yards back for?
Sorry, buddy. But I think I've got a non-ferrous target here, so I thought I'd call Glenn over and we'll dig it up and
Dig
see
it
what we
out.
got.
Yeah, well, I agree with you being non-ferrous, mate. It'd be nice if it's a coin or something.
Oh,
I'm
great
interested,
start to
with
the
all these holes, haven't seen any water races as such as yet, or haven't seen any water races, haven't seen any washed ground. I wonder
Yeah.
where they were, like when they bottomed their
going through
holes, how they were treating it, how they were
Yeah.
washing it.
I reckon we'll come across it eventually.
Yeah, I do too. I'm looking for a pile of stones. That's my next mission. When last week when we dug that thruppence, when we got closer to it, it don't blank out so much as I think they overlaid a little bit. So when you dig one that you know is, or you think is non-ferrous, don't panic if it suddenly changes its mind and starts to blank out a little bit. Which is with the double D coils, that is. Ant and I got off to a pretty early start today. We were able to get our programs in order and get out and have a go.
That's it.
Oh, I'd call a shout out to Helen Ridings as well. Missed Helen last week when we were mentioning all our ladies. So Helen, I think I mentioned Tammy when I mentioned Tamara Wright, which are two different people. So Tammy, if I missed you, I'm sorry.
So many names then, isn't there?
Oh, there are, and as I said, I didn't want to be sitting up with Josie bloody writing down ladies' names.
What do we got? Where are you?
Where are you, mate? Put it on the edge and have a little look. And reversed
Right
that. Reversed that skid plate while he was.
I did. Well, I can't see a coin, Glenn.
No, mate, but it doesn't take much dirt to hide things. It'd be nice if it was a little bit of gold.
It's not.
What is it, mate? A button?
It's an old button.
Oh, I'm not disparaging about the buttons. I like to see a button.
Or just a swivel, like not a swivel,
The back of a rivet.
back
Yeah,
of a
that's
rivet
what I
or
think it is,
something.
yeah.
I don't even think it's a
Probably
button.
yeah, I think it's a piece of harness rivet.
Don't tell me that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's what it is.
Well, at least we're getting that's probably our first bloody signal, is it? Our first genuine signal.
First genuine signal, yeah.
Well,
Garratt,
mate.
yeah.
I can't believe that men spend a long time in here without getting gold and without having a hut. And I
Yep.
don't know how they were treating the bottom stuff, the wash they were bringing out of the
Yeah,
holes.
that's right.
But all that'll be
We'll
solved in
find
the
it.
next hour, hopefully.
That's it.
Righto, mate.
Come sideways.
Yeah, I think so too.
We've got a joint operation going here. I haven't got my booster back on yet, so I'm still using the headphones. So just so you can hear the signal, I think it's a mate to what Ant found before. Righto, mate. So tipping non-ferrous, tipping not gold. So pluck him out of there, mate, and we'll see what he is.
Oh, gosh, my
Yeah,
cord keeps
yeah,
twisting, which is annoying me to no end.
yeah, it annoys you all right. Have you in the hand already, have you?
Yep.
That's better, the sun was in there. Any ideas, any thoughts,
No, I
mate?
can't see anything yet. Not sure. Okay.
At least we know it's not
Well, I don't think it's a button because
too small.
too small.
Which let it be gold. Which
I think it could be gold,
it'd be
Glenn.
bloody good if it is gold, mate.
It'd be ripper star.
Nothing jumping out.
Well, no, I don't think it's gold actually. I think it's going to be this little piece of metal. Look at that. That's what it is.
Bring it over here, mate.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it now, yeah.
That
So
little piece of metal.
Just that little bit of metal.
Bugger.
Right, mate. Back on your head.
Onwards. Oh, Glenn, what do you got for us?
Well, I want to show you this, mate. We've already had one near tragedy here this morning, and we're gonna leave here. We've only been here about a short hour. The near tragedy is Anne broke a fingernail. Have you got that to show us, Anne? Look at that.
Look at that, broke a bloody nail.
I've had to carry him back to the car.
Unbelievable.
But
Getting
the
caught
other,
on my gloves, it's annoying, Glenn.
I know, and you'd have fitted right in Gold Rush times, Ant.
Yeah, I bet.
talk like that. Have a look at this.
Check
If you were
this out.
setting a man trap,
Look at that.
this is how you would do it. Now there's a shaft there. All these bits of bloody bark and sticks have dropped across it. We haven't set this. That's just exactly how it was when we walked on it. Now you might think, oh yeah, I could fall in that, and it wouldn't worry me.
Look at this.
So,
Hang on. Show us the whole full length of that, Glenn.
so this is that.
Huge.
When I was a champion pole bowler, that's about the sort of pole bowler I like to use. I must tell you about my sporting career.
And going and going and going and the whole thing and
That's it.
there, it's the full length of that log.
That's it now.
Jeez, that's
So-
unbelievable. That's at least 4 meters.
So you're
It's
dropping
double the
down
length of
that.
you.
You're like me, you're digging a signal in this lovely bit of red dirt.
Yeah, keep your wits about
You
you.
back and go, whoa!
Yeah.
One time I was out in the bush and I was working around and I found a hole similar to that and had a half-grown kangaroo down it.
Oh.
I was a bit bigger than that. I thought, I don't want the poor bastard to die down there. He was going to be stuck down there.
Yeah.
So I gathered up 2 or 3 poles and I thought, I'll make a sort of a ramp and you might be able to scramble up the ramp. So I was putting it down like that, putting the first one down. When I put it down, he reached up with his tiny little paws and he grabbed it and I thought, don't tell me I'm going to pull him out. He grabbed it, he jerked it towards him and jumped up and kicked it with his hind legs at the same time.
Jeez.
And when he jerked it, gave me a bloody shock.
Oh, I bet
I
you
stepped
probably-
forward
yeah, you probably
and nearly ended up
in
in
there
the
as
hole
well.
with the boxing kangaroo, yeah. So
Jeez.
that was the end of that project.
Did you get out?
No, I rang the Forest Commission or DELP or whatever they are and I said, look, such and such a spot. there's a kangaroo down the hole. I don't want him shot, I want him out. So they went out and I met one of the blokes who worked for the Forest Commission a few days later, and he said, "Oh, thanks very much for that." He said, "We put in half the day getting that bloody kangaroo out." And I said, "Oh well, that's what you get the big money for."
That's it.
Righto, Ant, we're going to detect back to the car. Fortunately, we know where the car is,
Yep.
and we're going to go somewhere else.
Yep, sounds good, mate.
Mate, what's happening?
Well, we've moved spots again. No luck over there. It's such a likely spot, but Glenn, I got no idea. Maybe you're right. They didn't find much there, and
well, I
we
don't
didn't
know.
find
All
anything.
those, I couldn't solve the puzzle. It was all those shafts.
Yeah. We didn't find
there was
any.
no workings as
races
such,
or
was there? We
anything.
couldn't understand. They must have been carting their wash to the creek.
Somewhere.
You know, they must have been horse and carting it
Yeah.
to the creek.
That's about it.
There's Ant's relics, for want
Plus
of a better
that.
word, and the
what's
little
it called?
rivet
That
thing.
little
Yeah, I got a
rivet
couple of
thing.
bits of lead.
Yeah.
2 signals that I didn't dig. Anyhow, so we came into another spot, and we're going to have Smoko. Smoko's that will be the highlight of the day this morning.
Yep.
So we're going to have Smoko regroup. So if you're with us, find somewhere to sit down that's not. Check the ground for ants, and then lay down, have a bit of a spell, and then we'll go down and have a spot I know down the bottom here.
That's it.
Right, mate. Smoko time.
Bottoms up.
Bottoms up.
Right, yeah, we're at our second spot for today, and we're about to get into it. Glenn's made a huge call. Apparently, we're not stopping for lunch until we found a bit of gold. So
I was just telling Ant we're at a new spot for us. We're kitted up, but we're not going to stop to have anything to eat. We're not going to stop for lunch until we've got at least one bit of gold. But I was telling him one time I was out in the bush and I was detecting heaps with a high frequency detector, and I was getting a few little bits of gold on a regular basis. I thought, gee, I need a piddle, and I thought to myself, I won't stop for a piddle until I get the next bit of gold. Yeah. Things got pretty ugly, but I didn't find any gold. I had to break the promise. I
didn't pee your pants,
I
did
didn't pee my pants, but I pushed it right to the edge, Ant.
Oh,
but
geez.
yeah.
well, I'll tell you what, you don't want to see me hangry, Glenn, so you better get on the gold.
No, and you don't want to see me wet myself either, Ant.
Right,
Yeah, so
let's
that's
get
our
into
rule.
it.
So when you see us next time,
We're gonna
have a bit of gold.
Still, mate.
Thumbs up, fella.
Thumbs up, buddy.
Right, yeah, my old mate. Got some news. What's going on, fella?
Called Glenn over because I was really worried about his claim that we're not going to have lunch before we get a bit of gold. So
You know what a liar I am, mate.
got my first decent signal,
And where we are,
and I'm pretty excited about it.
we're pretty excited by a signal because
There we go.
it's almost certainly gold, this, and I know that's the way to jinx yourself, but
Yeah, don't jinx it. Sorry if you're digging, not when I'm digging, Glenn.
ants below the surface, practically in ground that hasn't been, well, it hasn't been worked before. You can see that yellow clay. We're very, very keen on our chances.
Look at this clay, Glenn.
Yeah, mate.
It's in here.
Yeah, we were very worried. Not that we've been going that long in here. I haven't turned my detector on yet. I've been shifting some logs. So my hands have gone from a delicate pink shade that I favour. Oh, she's shifted, mate. Oh, there she is. There she is.
Oh, listen to that.
Yeah.
That's no hot rock.
No, that's no hot rock. That's a piece of metal. Well, let's hope it's bloody chemical similar as AU.
That's right.
Yeah, when I made the statement off camera that we wouldn't stop for lunch until we found a bit of gold.
You should have seen my face.
It's all about giving you an incentive.
Well, it's worked, Glenn.
Yeah, running around, mate.
Yep.
Slip down the hole, is he?
I think so, yeah.
He's a small little fella, we don't want to
It
lose
is.
him.
Bugger.
No hurry.
He was screaming just before. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
which he must have been sitting right on top.
Yep, I think he's fallen down into this
Yeah.
little hole here. I'm gonna just move some try and keep her.
Right, try him again before you shift too much more, mate. You wouldn't credit it, would you? Was that you or the pig?
No, I think that was me.
No. Must have started again. Righto, mate.
Found him.
Bit relieved. We went the early crow, and then because he's small, he disappeared. And that'll happen with these little fellas. But we knew he was here. It was only a matter of finding him again.
Alright,
that's
got it in
relief.
hand. It's on the coil.
Now this is only a little fella, but we'll be pleased to bloody see him all the same. God, he's small. I can't see him, but I'm guessing when we're showing so little.
It's in here.
That's why he went missing before, because as soon as he got, a couple of inches out of your reach.
Yep. It's this little Kinder Surprise. I'll turn this off.
Yeah.
And then you can get in nice and close. Let's see what she looks like.
A little bit of puggy.
There it is, I can see it.
I think I can see him too. No, I
Right.
can't see him because I was looking at the bit you just put away, so obviously wasn't what I was looking at.
Unless I've just put it away and it was in there. I could have sworn I saw a bit of yellow, but
I thought I
everything
saw
was
him in
yellow.
that bit. Yeah.
Where?
Whatever you do, don't discard him until we find him. Is there something sticking out of that little puggy bit?
Probably.
Go for the detector again. Again.
Alright. Detector on.
Right out, detector
So-
on.
Unbelievably small.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Still counts in the
Still gold.
in the lunch challenge.
That's right.
There was no specifications on how big the piece of gold had to be. I've often thought if you were in some sort of competition, there was 100 people. There he is. I can see him sitting
There
there.
he is.
Yeah.
Ah, I was in there.
Oh, it's a bit better than I thought too, mate.
Yeah. Oh, what a relief, Glenn.
Yeah.
Starting to get a bit worried. Alright. I'll put him down there.
Yep.
Nothing else in there.
Right, mate. We'll go
Alright.
again. So that's our lunch
Yes.
solved.
Lunch solved. Alright, first bit of gold for today. And there he is.
So there's two benefits to that. One, we get our lunch, and two, we know there's gold here.
That's it.
So that's bloody good. Good work, mate. What do we
Cheers,
call
buddy.
him? 0.1? 0.2? 0.2.
0.2, yeah.
I reckon he's
Yeah, I'll
too
be
big
happy
to be
with-
0.1.
yeah,
like those
0.2.
little 0.1 ones.
Yeah,
Really
0.2.
near the scales. Right, that's the start. We know there's gold here.
Happy days.
Good work.
Hey, Jemadali.
Jebedali! Righto, Ant saved the day. It's Smoko time. Bloody, we were lucky we got Ant got one little bit. We thought we had two and we chased it right around. But we don't know whether it's hot rock or a little tiny one that slipped down in the cracks. We suspect it was a little bit, but we couldn't land him. What were your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, I mean, I was quietly confident that it was a little bit of gold, but I just can't believe that it like slipped through like that. So I'm hoping it was a hot rock now.
Yeah, I am too, yeah. Righto,
Lunchtime.
thumbs up, at least we're having lunch.
That's it. Let's get into it.
Get you into it, mate. Well, it's the end of the day, and it might come as a surprise to some of you, but some days when you go out metal detecting, you won't find anything worth keeping. I didn't find a single thing today that was worth keeping, or even that was worth showing to anyone else.
Unbelievable.
Fortunately, old mate Ant, when I made the statement we wouldn't have any lunch until we found a bit of gold, Ant found a bit.
Hey!
Hey!
Happy days.
So a win to Ant. Weigh her up, mate, and we'll see what she weighs.
Not expecting much here, guys.
No,
it's,
but
it's a little tiddler, but that's all right.
he's a
It's
start.
only
0.2 I called him.
Yeah, around there. 0.13.
0.13.
Pretty much 0.2.
So we had a lean
0.13,
day, but
lean
it's
day.
been a good day. Ant found a bit of gold
Yep.
and I didn't, so that's something I'm bloody glad you did find a bit too. And the other thing, while we're talking about detecting, I put in 4 hours down below us. I didn't dig a signal. I didn't dig one piece of metal. A couple of times hot rocks got me interested, and then they bob up, and they're obviously redstone or whatever.
Yeah.
So if you've been out a lot of times and haven't found anything, it's a bloody hard caper, because
It is.
I've been doing it for a long time and I've got a rough idea how to go about it, and I couldn't get bloody warm today. I got warm, but I couldn't get any gold at all,
Yeah,
or
happens to
anything
us
else
all.
worth showing off. So
Yeah.
don't get disheartened.
That's right.
The other thing we've got to talk about is our giveaway.
Yep.
Our Blue Eddy giveaway. Now,
AC60.
we used the Blue Eddy today and it was very good, and we had a good hot snack, as we're prone to do. And if you want the Blue Eddy, you've got to drop back 3 or 4 videos now and go to the one that says
Blue Eddy AC60 giveaway.
Yep, it leads off
It's in the
something like
title,
a
yep.
good bit of metal, a good day's detecting or something. Then it's in the title.
Yep.
Watch the vid, leave a
Subscribe.
comment, make sure you're subscribed,
Yep.
and then you'll go in the draw. Give the thumbs up,
Yep.
and you'll go in the draw to win it. It's a great prize, and you're a big chance, because we've only at the moment got about 500 and something comments. We'll allow for the fact that Ant's answered each of the comments. We've only got about 255 people entered.
Yeah.
So a free giveaway for something that's really worth winning, and a lot of you are going out the bush all the time, or going, even if you're not going out the bush, it's a bloody handy thing to have in the house.
Yeah.
Especially if you've been voting for the wrong party for the past 9 years. So get hold of this bloody competition, get in it,
That's it. Get
win the
involved.
Blue Eddy,
Yeah.
and if they have power shortages, power outages, you'll have this bloody charged up on the kitchen table or in the cupboard, pluck it out,
That's
and
it.
bloody you won't starve to death.
Yep. We'll be announcing it when we hit 6,000 subscribers. So we're about 250 off from that. So not far to go, but taking a bit to get to the 6,000.
Yeah, it is.
Get your
Yeah,
friends
so
involved.
get.
Have you spoken to your friends about us?
I've spoken to you.
I'm telling my friends.
yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I haven't actually. Yeah, I've spoken, and the man inside my head, he knows about it. But the one that's, the voice that's telling you, kill them all.
I don't have that voice.
Yeah, so no, I haven't told him, but yeah, we don't care. Fake accounts, your grandmother's account, whatever. Just get on there and get them going.
Get involved.
Righto, folks. No gold for me. If you went out and get it in gold, I share your pain. If you went out and got some gold, stick the knife into me and turn it the first chance you get in the comments. And thumbs up to Ant. Good win to
Cheers,
Ant.
mate. Thank you.
First spot we went to was interesting, but I couldn't solve the puzzle of where they were getting the wash
Yeah, well.
and how they're going about it. Second spot we went to, I was pretty keen on our chances,
Yeah.
and
We worked hard. And
we did. 4 hours later, of bloody shifting dirt and moving rocks and logs.
at least we got one bit.
Ant got a bit. I did not get a signal.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Just
it is.
like that, though.
Yeah.
You just never know, do you?
No, you
just
don't
never
bloody know, mate. I've stepped out of the car and got a bit just like that,
Yeah.
and then drive 100 mile and detect for 2 days and get bugger all.
Yeah.
Righto, folks.
Oh, I also wanted to give a shout out to Metal Detecting Queensland.
Oh, right, yep.
He comments a lot, and his recent comment in our most recent video was really nice. He said, because a lot of people, Glenn, they say that you should write a book. A lot of people say, and it's true. It would be nice. to
You
have a
think
book, but
that?
we have this? This is our story.
Yeah.
This is our story. We're doing, as he said,
Yeah.
it's like it's a video book. It's a
Yeah.
it's a visual book.
Yeah.
It's like a movie. So
Good work,
we're
Metal Detecting
documenting it
Queensland.
all
Thank you
and-
very much.
Yeah, appreciate it, mate.
And Roberto Giuseppe, good on you too, mate.
Righto.
You're always leaving a comment. And we
Yeah, appreciate that.
Another bloke called Ronald Mangaretz. He leaves a good, nice comment all the time.
Yes.
So good on you, Ron.
Cheers.
And we'll see you later, Ron.
See you guys.